Hi, are you there? Am I here? Can you see me? See what's going on? Hi, what's going on? I am Jenny, and I'm here to talk to you about what a junk journal is, and how do you use it, and why would you make such a thing. I enjoy making junk journals. I'm looking for my notes that I put here. I've been making junk journals for about 3 years now. And of course I can't find the notes that I made because I shoved them in this notebook that I have. See, this notebook. And it has everything in my life that is something I'm supposed to remember, like, you know, meeting notes, etc. Scripts. You know, things like that. So it's in here somewhere. I put it in a very, very important spot that I would remember where it was. And of course I can't find it. I could always print it out again. But why do that? Let's go off the cuff. Shall we? Because that's always such a good idea. To just say the first thing that comes to your mind. Does anyone have that problem? Blurt. I have serious blurt issues. Okay, well, I'm just going to go for it. I've been wanting to do this video for some time. So here I go. So, what is a junk journal? A junk journal is a journal you make using what you like. That's general, right? People that aren't real familiar with junk journals have said to me, oh, I don't like the name junk journal because it sounds like it's made out of junk. And it's not junk, it's beautiful. And Natasha from Treasure Books calls hers Treasure Books because for the same reason. But so she has that, and I'm not going to steal it from her. But they're the items you put together in a way that makes you happy, or it's an item that you buy because it makes you happy, and then you work on it. So this is the first junk journal that I've ever made. Prior to that, my journals were a collection of memorabilia, photographs, images, ideas, quotes, papers that I liked. And I didn't call it a junk journal, it was just my journal. I'd love to find out who coined the term junk journal, because I feel like it really says a lot. So this is the first one I made. I gutted this book because it was falling apart, and I loved the color of the cover. These are my Post-its to remind myself what to say. Of course, I have to also figure out how to turn the camera around so that what you see is not mirror image, but this is only my second YouTube video, so we'll just go with it for now. So this book I made with a combination of scrapbook paper, and items, bags, envelopes that I actually tied in as a signature instead of sewing it in. So, and I'm not really sure, I want to say it was Jessica from I'm a Cool Mom that I saw do this technique of tying the signatures in. As you can see, there's rope, there's well, it's string on the outside. And I'm demonstrating this book not as a, oh, this is a great junk journal, or this is a wonderful piece of art. To me, it's a wonderful piece of art because it's the beginning. And I feel like what I'd like to encourage is the beginner's mind, the idea that we don't have to hold on to these supplies, and I'll get to more of that. And for someday. Someday is today. Every day is someday. And if you don't use them, they're going to get ruined. I can't tell you how many supplies I've held on to because I wanted to use them for someday and never got to that day. So they dried up and I had to throw them away. Well, say goodbye to that idea. I am starting with every day is someday, and we have the beginner's mind. It does not have to be perfect. You just need to begin. If this is something that's interesting to you, just begin. Just do what makes you happy. And that is what junk journaling is all about, is doing what makes you happy. Not the best supplies, not the best techniques. It's just getting in there and playing with the ideas and playing with what you have on hand. You don't have to buy a bunch of stuff in order to be a junk journaler. You don't have to buy a bunch of stuff to make a beautiful junk journal. And I just want to show you that. And that, I feel like, is going to be my mission, is to just show you what you can do with what you have on hand. So I'm just going to quickly go through this. I probably already made you seasick by flipping back and forth. But as I said, this was a book that I had that was discarded. I bought it probably originally from a book, you know, from a library book sale, because it was about math for my son, because he likes math, and I thought it would be something that he could enjoy. Didn't happen. He never opened the book, and like I said, I bought it for, like, I don't know, it was either discarded or bought. At a library book sale. This isn't a book that I had, and it was precious. Anyway, so it was precious to me because I like the graphics in it and whatnot, and the color of the cover. So what do I have here? I have a dangle that I sewed on using an actual, I think it was using the blanket stitch. I sewed this on. Whether you can see it or not, I don't want to mess too much with my camera because I am not, like I said, skilled at YouTubing. I'm getting there. I'm becoming one. Influencer. Let me influence you into using your supplies. So these are amethyst beads that I was given. I was part of Broken Jewelry. I worked at a secondhand clothes store, and she said, well, maybe you can do something with these, because I do a lot of different crafts and stuff. This was a upholstery dangle that I bought in a group when I was doing mixed media, for some sort of mixed media experience. This, why do I have this marked? Because this is a paper bag, and I probably held on to it for a long time. You can see it's wrinkled in here. In an image of a waterfall. Waterfalls are symbolic to me, as they are a lot of people, but junk mail, I just put that there. You know, it's just gluing something down. And like I said, this is not necessarily high art. This is just stuff that I put together. What else do I have? You can see some trim and some whatnot. This is a plastic snowflake that I glued on here. This is a fabric sheet. Again, more dangles that I used floral wire to put that on there. Okay, this is an example of a page that a layout that I've did here. Now, I just took scraps from other pages and washi tape. I happen to like glitter. This was probably the first washi tape I bought. People know now. I feel like it's out there. I don't know if I was... But some washi tape doesn't actually stick very well. And this, I'm not going to say the brand, but this washi tape doesn't stick well. But I didn't know it at the time. So, these are just discarded pieces. I mean, for most people, it probably would have ended up in the trash. But I made a page out of it, and that is what makes it a junk journal. These are taped in stamps, scrap, literally. It's a collage. Now, why there? I don't know. I think I was just exploring with what I had on hand. Now, this right here, this piece of paper, I know I had in my journal for a very long time as a little tucked in to use, because it came off of the back of a frame that has a picture of my husband and I in. Husband and I? No, me and my husband. Grammar. It's fun to find out. And I loved the designs. Oh, that's not a baby. That's my cat. Just in case you're wondering. That's Sid. He'll make an appearance because I'm not holding him. He's a lot like a baby that way. Anyway, and this is a challenge that I did, I think. A piece page. It's a flip. This piece of paper was a huge 12 by 18 by 22 piece of paper that I had paste paper on top of it. I learned that in a class. Here's another side of an envelope. Decoupaged envelope. Here's another envelope. My favorite color is purple and pink. Those are people. There's this. This was a swap. Somebody that I know I didn't make this because it's it had too many too many pieces of actual scrap paper and techniques. So like I said, this was when I very first started to do journaling, junk journaling. So that's that. I liked this image of the geese flying home and the tree upside down. I don't know that it was intended to be upside down. That may be a reflection. I just like this, so I made it into tags and whatever. So that was the first junk journal I made. Also, while I was in the process of making junk journals in the beginning, I made these. There's others down here, but this is a representation of the journals that I made. This is one of the first ones that I made and that I really liked. I liked that the title, it was a Kay Tracy mystery. Who knew? I thought it was Nancy Drew. I never read the title. That's hilarious. Right up until now, I would have said this is a Nancy Drew book. But it clearly, unless you can't read it because it's mirror image, but it's not a Nancy Drew book. But I love the colors. I love the purple and the green. And then I love the end paper there. And this one I sewed in. Yes, I sewed in. You can see I have 2 signatures. No, you can see I have one signature. This was very, very well rehearsed prior to actually doing this video. So there's one signature, and then I made a dangle on the outside. And this was made after I had watched some YouTube videos about how to make a junk journal, and that's a dyed paper towel. That's a package from a Tim Holtz thing. You can even see. This was a tag that somebody else made. I actually purchased some ephemera once I saw that Tim Holtz. I got hooked on the Tim Holtz phenomenon, and I still am. I'm a big fan. Watercolor paper that's coffee dyed, I believe. I actually coffee dyed that. This is paper that I had for the longest time because I love the color of it. A map. This is from a book about trash. That was very prescient. This is a book about trash and recycling that I put in here. It's fabric, wallpaper, a little collage, the other side. And as you can see, I wrote a lot in here. There's a lot written in there. There's not anything written. This was totally about the process of making the journal. Yeah, most times, one thing that really inspires me is actually sorting supplies. I've heard other people say that. So this signature, you can see, is too big because it's breaking the, it's thick here. There's too many pages. It should be about the same width of the original book. So I like putting things in there like buttons and flowers and whatnots. So I need to think about, when I make this, how big the journal is. So this journal was probably, I actually have a glass mat to measure how big this spine was. So the spine originally was about 3/4 of an inch, and it's the widest part now is probably an inch. Yeah, the widest part is an inch, so it's not good for the book. But again, I know I bought this at Goodwill, thinking it was a Nancy Drew book, but it's not. It's a Kay Tracy mystery. Who knew? So that's one of the journals I made in the beginning of making junk journals. Here's another one. This is out of, I'm pretty sure, a Swedish Fish box, because that's one of my favorite candies. And you can see I reinforced the spine with Tyvek. It is probably an envelope, a U.S. postage envelope. And I'm holding it upside down because I made it upside down. I forgot. I did rookie mistake number... Is this upside down? No. Okay. Rookie mistake number 1 is to not mark. I can't tell you how many books I've had to take apart because I didn't mark where the top of the book was. And if you sew your signatures in upside down, then your whole book is upside down. The cover's one way and the signatures are the other. So this is made out of a candy box. And it's one signature. And it has all these little doodads and whatnots. I think it's mostly trash. This was a swap. Somebody gave me this. A swap. I'm not saying that that's trash. And then I decoupaged when I say this, the shiny, the acetate on top where they wrote with markers. And then I decoupaged it to a piece of mailing paper and napkin on this side. That's the inside of an envelope. That's the other side of the envelope, so I folded it up to make a pocket. That is a practice with stamps and stencils. I know I got that stencil at the dollar store. It's one of those Jot company stencils. It's another envelope, so there's a pocket up here. I'll do what people do. I'll find something to stick up. Also from the dollar store. Okay, anyway, I'm not gonna find anything to put in there. Gessoed paper, tissue paper with the same stamps, glassine bag, card, the other part of the card. Cards that I had from a craft project. These were discarded from a stationery store. The other side of the bag, and mail. That was mail that was stamped on. So as you can see, I used that for a lot. And then this one I made out of envelopes. I know I saw it first on I'm a Cool Mom. Jessica from I'm a Cool Mom. I used my paper sculpture techniques. That was my cat Hazel. She's passed. This is a scrapbook paper that I glued on here. Taped in. That's my cat. That's Sid, the meower. And then again, this is just stuff. This one I did use for pictures. But it's decoupage napkin, it's tape, washi tape, envelopes, scrapbook paper that I had. Someone shared that die cut with me because I don't have a cat die cut. And whatever. So that was made out of envelopes. So you can make a junk journal out of paper, scrapbook paper, books, discarded books, old mail, anything. And all you need really are the supplies, glue, and maybe scissors, and you can get yourself going with junk journaling. So I hope this was informative. If you enjoyed what you heard, or you're interested in hearing more about the beginner's mind and using what you got, please like and subscribe. Please hit the button. Thank you.